one of the first Thieves. I get first LCS trophy with 100 Thieves. I'm proved my past few years wasn't waste.
He's gone now. Yeah, no flash. First blood, the someday fans were waiting for. This man's meant to carry. I love it.
I feel really confident going into playoffs. If everybody is in the right mindset, we'll beat anyone.
Now Abbedagge goes right back in for triple kill for the Akali. Abbedagge's feeling great.
People have doubts in their mind about us. My goal is still the same, be the best in my role.
Closer's ready to go, and the Viking has turned it around. Triple kill for Closer.
Yeah, I still feel really confident that we are the best player in the league.
I think we can lead the team to the victory.
All right, are we ready? LCS team, look alive. All right, I need some energy going into these interviews, all right? I know that you guys are very quiet and reserved, but I'm going to force you out of your comfort zone. Every question is going to be specifically for Someday. You guys are going to huddle up. Someday is going to give all the answers.
Nice.
He's super excited about that. We've known each other for, what, 4 years? I think we've said 2 full sentences to each other. Ah, it's the worst. Someday, I love you so much. I just want to be friends. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the 100 Thieves community and the broader LCS community at that, welcome to the 100 Thieves LCS Pre-show. We obviously have a massive weekend coming up. The winners bracket playoffs is starting. We are at the 100 Thieves Cash App compound. The players are in the Rocket Mortgage training room. We got Papasmithy, we've got Freeze, and we've got an incredible show coming your way. We're going to talk all things playoffs. We're going to talk all things our roster, all things LCS. And I've got 2 very intelligent individuals to help me not sound like an idiot. So, guys, welcome.
It's good to be here. It's good to be here. Thank you.
I'm very excited about this just because I spent a lot of time with their LCS team early days of 100 Thieves. And obviously, Papasmithy, you have built just an incredible reputation in your broadcasting career. And we've had you in front of the camera a lot for the heist. And the players have been doing really well. Freeze, you've been helping them. It's just been a very fun 6 months, I would say, especially this latter half of the summer split. Would you guys agree?
I mean, we've been building, I think, ever since you and I talked at the end of 2019 to now. It's surreal, but it's an accumulation of work from great people like Freeze, the players, and also the intent from you from the top of targeting championships, because this is about as close as we can be 2-3 weeks before the end of the season.
It is. All right, hey, and real quick, we're going to jump into the run of show here for a second, but the boys in the Rocket Mortgage training room, I want to know how you guys are feeling because we got a really important match. I told you guys no pressure. I mean, we're playing EG, 1 best of 5. Let's just win. Why not? Why not us? How you guys feeling?
We are really feeling confident. Our scrims are going so well. I think nobody thinks that EG can stop us from first making Worlds and then also going towards the trophy in NA.
I love that. Abbedagge, I saw you went on a hike yesterday with Reaper. You had a nice sunset photo. Have you been doing that often? How's your experience been in LA over the last few months? Have you been enjoying it?
Yeah, hiking has been really nice, and then generally LA is also super nice.
How does the food in LA compare to your own country?
I think the food is pretty good, but my mom's food is better. But the restaurants are definitely insane.
As it should be, as it should be. That's a good answer. She's gonna make you something nice when you get home. Yeah, that was killer, bro. If you don't have a girlfriend, you'll have one soon because you know exactly how to play the game. All right, so look, I wasn't a part of the last pre-show. I watched bits and pieces of it. So how did the last pre-show run down? What did you guys like? What didn't you like? What do you think we should do different? Obviously, you've got me just babbling about whatever. You guys can keep me in the rails. Whatever you need, just tell me to shut up. But what are you guys looking for out of this pre-show?
So definitely when we sat here, when I say we, it was actually Yasuo and Reaper flanking me on that day, but it was about, okay, we've made these changes. Reaper's new, Abbedagge's new. What are we shooting for in the regular season? What are we shooting for in summer? And the goal, as we talked about, was always Worlds. And we talked about how top 2 in the regular season gets you that 1 best of 5 victory equals Worlds equation. And it's kind of a small, brief moment, you know, before we hit the best of 5s to be like, okay, we set an intention and we achieved on it. You know, we reached our intention. We made top 2. And now it's about looking forward and saying, what is that last 1% to get us over the line to Worlds?
Yeah. Freeze, I got a specific question for you, and maybe you could bounce this to the players as well. What was the energy like in the Rocket Mort's training room? What was it like on stage? Were you guys actively talking about what matches you guys needed to win to make sure you could lock in that top 2? Did you guys have the blinders on and you're just looking at what the opponent is going to be next week? Like, how does that pressure to qualify, to get us that bye, 1 best of 5, we go to Worlds, how did that mount throughout the season, and were you guys actively talking about that?
Throughout the season, we didn't talk about it at all. We were focusing at Worlds. Worlds is our, that's our goal. We want to beat Worlds teams. We just don't want to qualify for Worlds. We want to beat the teams that are there as well. So we didn't, care that much about other teams. We focused on ourselves, how to play better, try different play styles. Some didn't work, some did. We didn't care about like who do we have to win or who do we have to beat to get that top 2. But at the last week, we were saying, okay, we need to right now beat everyone. We need to secure this spot so we get that bye for Worlds or for playoffs, because that's, 1 step closer to our ultimate goal.
Now, obviously, we have a ton of players with a lot of different cultural backgrounds. I think, in general, from what I've seen, some players are more talkative than others. And the LCS community is a little different from the world that I come from, where there's a lot of gaming the bracket. It's like, oh, we really want to play this team, or we don't really want to play that team. Was there any moment where you guys were just talking together, and Papasmithy or any of the players, you guys can jump in, where it's okay, all right, we want to face EG, or we want Cloud9 on the other side of the bracket? Like, what was that conversation like with the players? And I would love to hear their perspective as well at some point.
Like Freeze says, the thing that struck me the most being on the team side is how the focus is always on yourselves. It's not about community perception or about narratives or anything like that. It is about, we need to improve because we want to win our next game. But also, when it comes to the business end of the season, you have to make sure all of your goals align. And for us, giving our academy players stage time was a stated goal. It was something where if we ever got into a scenario where we had that luxury, where we've already locked top 2, why not, right? Why not reward some really promising young players? Or is the best use to play a stage game with, like, show our best strategies to EG and then potentially play them in a best of 5 2 weeks down the line in an elimination match? Or is our best strategy to give Academy that experience and then go dark? The community is sometimes really dialed in on some kind of issues with the team or strong points of the team, and sometimes they're not. Clearly, we were not the perfect team. We weren't dominating at the end like we were at the start. And these 2 weeks have been so helpful to really look at ourselves, look inward. That's been kind of the benefit of the decision we made.
For me, it was day and night. Not having 2 weeks of practice, not having to show what we practice, and just having actually, because it takes a lot out of you when you have to play 3 days a week, because then you basically waste practice. Yeah. You don't practice on those days. We have warm-ups, but warm-ups are players just warming up, and they don't really practice anything new. Looking back at the 2 weeks we had, it was amazing. It was just such a good opportunity to practice new stuff, new play styles, and I'm looking forward to showing it.
Amazing.
ZG.
I love that. So we're going to talk a little bit about the playoff bracket, but before we do that, I actually have a question for Huhi. You actually do a really great job on stage with post-game interviews. I love hearing your thoughts. You're very articulate. You're obviously very methodical about the game that you play. And I don't think people talk enough about you, because when you were on our team, you played mid lane. You had a role swap. From what I understand, traditionally role swaps are very difficult, but there's a few outliers that have done it successfully. So you've seen very different perspectives of 100 Thieves. You've seen the different lineups. You've worked with different coaches, different support staff. And before we talk about the playoffs, the reason why I want to ask you is because I want to talk a little bit about the regular season and your experience holistically throughout this year and what that experience has been like for you.
I think I kind of mentioned multiple times in interviews and stuff where it was the split that I was really confident of my new role that I am playing, the support. And even with FBI alongside with me, I felt like I was really confident going against literally any bot lane in the LCS. Our next goal is going to Worlds and then testing ourselves versus those international bot lanes. After getting Rebirth and Abbedagge, it just felt like they gave us a lot of new perspective of how to play the game. And Felix just brought another threat in the team that any lane in our team can carry. And I think Rebirth kind of brought a lot of new way for me to see the game, because I always thought League of Legends was a team game where we have to always work together and help each other out to get better, which is also true. But I felt like Reaper kind of emphasized in the beginning of the split that you have to, if you also like focus individually to get to be the best player that you can be as 5, and if we have that kind of mindset on every role, then we will kind of naturally win.
Shout out Huhi, man. I love that answer. That was fantastic. We should talk about the playoff bracket. The reason why we're playing EG is because they beat Dignitas. Team Liquid stomped Cloud9, which maybe you guys expected that. I didn't. I'm not in the trenches with you guys. So let's talk about the playoff bracket. You know, it's a very similar format to what we've seen in years past, but just free flowing. You guys are the experts. Let me know how you're feeling.
Absolutely. Let's catch people up. So easy question to answer first is why weren't we playing last weekend? And the reason for that is with how the LCS is done, 2 teams were waiting in the winners bracket. That was TSM and us as the first and second seeds from the regular season. 2 teams were waiting in the losers bracket. That was Immortals and Golden Guardians as the 7th and 8th teams. And then the middle of the pack, so 3 through 6 was basically working out, are we going to be in the winners bracket or the losers bracket coming into the second week? We were waiting for an opponent. We're like, okay, we're playing the winner of EG versus Dignitas. I'm sure Freeze can confirm this, but a lot of the prep is going to go into Evil Geniuses, right?
Yeah,
you get
like
started on the Evil Geniuses
90%
prep.
that they win, yeah.
Basically, it's like, are you the studious student that like preps early? Well, you prep for the EG, and if you're like forced to prep for Dignitas, you end up being kind of the crammer because like, wow, that was a surprise.
Yeah.
I imagine TSM might be surprised they're not facing C9, but that's a different story. And so
that's an interesting dynamic for
it
what the
is, for
coaches
sure.
are probably going through, right?
For sure, because you just have to, you have limited time, right? Every single player has limited time on what they can practice. Coaches have limited time on what they can prep for. Analysts who are checking out, you know, running through a lot of data have limited time. Everyone has heard that adage. We've talked about it already on this show. 1 best of 5 win, we go to Worlds. That's because should we win there, we're in the winners bracket final. We'd be playing against the winner of TSM versus TL, and lose that match, you're playing through the semifinal to the final. Win that match, you're just waiting in the grand final. So you're guaranteed top 3 in playoffs, you're guaranteed Worlds. So it's a pretty simple equation there. However, the other side is, should we fall down to the losers bracket, it would be 2 best of 5 wins to make it to Worlds.
That's not too bad. 2 best of 5s. So that was a good breakdown of the bracket, but now I think after everything we've chatted about, it's time for Freeze to talk about Evil Geniuses. I think you guys, the common theme here has been prep, and you guys have prepped quite a bit. You've had extra time to work on EG strategy, break down what you guys could expect in these matches, potentially in the draft. But I'm curious, and feel free to speak about anything and everything. Anything that's even divisive. Let's get some drama going here so that we can get some engagement and some views, because that's the game we got to play. I'm just kidding. How do you feel about EG? How does the team feel about EG? What's the thought? What's like the breakdown that we need to understand as fans of 100 Thieves and LCS?
For me, it's I'm looking for this match a lot because I used to play at Splice, and Peter Dunn was the coach of Splice, and now I'm the coach and he's the coach of EG. So we're basically playing each other. So I'm looking for like beating him. Yeah.
This is personal.
Oh yeah. So I want to beat him a lot. There's a lot of this at stakes between us because I like Peter Dunn. He's a very good friend of mine. They've been improving a lot throughout the season. Where at start of the season, no one would even look at them and say they're a good team. And I think Peter did a very great job with the team, with coaching them, because throughout the season they became like the threat of the top teams. So
they were kind of the best team no one was looking at for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. And then they've been on the steady up line, so it's going to be very curious to see how
I don't know. They're talking about, but they're f***ing overrated.
Hey, and you know what's f***ed up? And this is a question for Abbedagge. I'm curious, brother. They gave Jiizuke, am I pronouncing that correctly? Yep. They gave Jiizuke first team, all mid laner, and Abbedagge, you lost by, what was it, 2 votes?
It was less than 5, I think.
Hey, there's got to be on your chip on your shoulder about that one, huh? You think he's better than you in mid lane? You actually think that, Abbedagge?
I think the voting is up. It's fine. I'm gonna prove it next weekend.
Wait. Also, Freeze, you're kind of being polite, but let's all agree. We all think EG is the weakest team in the upper bracket, and we're really happy to face them.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
my
All right.
God.
He got me.
Hey,
Don't have to say it.
shout out Huhi. That's a real man's answer. And you know what's great too is you're talking your before you play. There's a lot of people that won't say a word, then they'll go win the match, then they'll talk. That's the wrong way to do it. And you're not necessarily talking shit. You're being analytical. You're being honest. You think EG is a weaker team. You want to play them. I think it's very respectful how you said it. But I love that you guys have that emotion and sentiment going into this match.
And I want to just follow up with Abbedagge one more time, because already there's been kind of that public rivalry playing out where Abbe called out Jiizuke on an interview and was basically like, I don't think this guy can ever win a lane against me. And then Jiizuke just recently talked about how the Academy team went in against EG to dodge the matchup. So that was his kind of like fireback.
Whole lot of
This is
cap.
kind of like your last words, Felix, before you actually play against him on stage. So any final words to Jiizuke based on the pretty public beef you guys have going on?
I guess that was his best opportunity to kind of make fun of me or something, but we just wanted to give our boys that worked hard like a chance to prove themselves in the LCS, and they were kind of on EG in the early game. I'm just looking forward to see what they can do this weekend, because I don't see them winning any lane against us, and it looks like we are all better individually in every single role, and like I don't see a world where we don't hit on them, so it's gonna be fun for sure.
Man, I love you, Abbedagge. I love that answer. Now, you know what? I gotta say it. FBI, first team AD, first team, carry. We absolutely love to see it. I think a lot of other players got snubbed, not to leave you guys out of here, but FBI, you were the most valuable AD carry in the entire league, and EG has the second best AD carry. How do you feel about that matchup? I mean, I don't know. Who was their AD carry?
That's Danny, the new rookie. So
His actual
makes
name is
sense.
Danny.
Yes.
I was going to say, I was like, he's got to have another name.
No, he's Danny.
Danny. All right. Shout out Danny. That's a cool name. How do we feel, FBI?
Honestly, even though Danny got the second All-Pro AD, I don't really feel like he's the second best AD carry in the region. Honestly, his laning phase is really poor. I think he is good outside of lane, but to be a good AD, I feel like you need to be able to do both, and he can't do that, and I think me and Huhi will destroy them in the bot.
Oh my God. You guys got some spunk, man. I always ask you guys questions in the compound about how you're feeling, and I never get answers like this. This is amazing. Even when the cameras are on.
It seems to bring out the best in them.
Yeah, and you know what? Here's the thing. I'm not sure how much I'm going to get out of Someday. I'm going to try. But Someday, listen to me, okay? There was a time when you and I were in Miami together, okay? You were playing a very important matchup. We were trying to win the LCS Spring Split, and you were playing against Impact in the top lane. Now, here's the thing. I want you to know that I believe that you're better than Impact. I really do. But this matchup is kind of an incredible
classic
story.
rivalry, right?
This is a classic rivalry. It's like the Yankees versus the Red Sox, in my opinion. Someday, what are your thoughts? Is it a rivalry in your mind? Do you see Impact as a rival? How are you feeling?
Obviously, I think Impact playing has a lot of the career, and then he's playing really good at like playoffs match. I think it's gonna be a spicy match this week, and then these days everyone forgot about me, so I'm gonna remind that who am I this week.
Let's go.
Hey, that's what we like to hear. See, even Someday's got it. And I gotta admit, one of the personal joys of getting to watch scrims is whenever it's Someday versus Impact, you know, it was 100 Thieves versus TL last year, it's versus EG this year. Level 1, always a solo kill one way or the other. They're always getting in there and going super spicy. So, I mean, Someday, just to follow up on Nadeshot's question, people look at Impact on EG and they say, like, this guy's changed. He's showing lots of new stuff. He's a new player on his new team. Does it feel different to you, or is it just the same old Impact like it was in the past?
I don't really feel different between like others Impact and then these days Impact, but just in the scrim there's a lot of test things, and as a top laner sometimes if you show your back to opponent you might be lost, so maybe it's gonna be contest a lot on stage as well.
Always forward.
Yeah.
Someday, I must say, too, your English has gotten so much better. I'm really proud of you. I know that's a hard thing to do. I can't even imagine trying to learn Korean, and you sound fantastic, so great job. You could tell how much work you're putting in off the game, so good for you. The last person we haven't talked to, you know what? You guys probably know this matchup better than I do, so Freeze and Papasmithy, I want you both to ask Closer a question going into this matchup versus EG, and I think you guys will probably ask a question much better than I can.
The interesting thing about the EG matchup, Closer, is we don't technically know which jungler they'll play, right? They played contracts in the most recent best of 5. Svenskeren was their starting jungler during the regular season for most of the games. Pretty simple question to start with is, who do you think they should play? Like, who are you expecting on Saturday? And I guess as a follow-up, does it matter which one they play?
They'll probably start with contracts, and then when he gets destroyed, they'll probably put Svenskeren, but I don't really care who I play. I think I'm better than both of them. And I don't even think like we are just better as a team that like, I don't think any of us like need to shine like individually that day. Like I think we are just gonna like, just win.
Bro, what did you guys do to these players? Like just bolstering confidence. I'm your biggest fan, and I'm even more of a fan now with this chatter.
So Reaper's not here to comment on it himself. The player, you heard who he mentioned it before.
Where's Reaper?
He's in the lab. He's in the lab with Lust Boy getting ready for the best of 5. We gave him an hour off. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
But the one thing that Jay brought up that I think we should echo is this idea of 5 strong individuals is the bedrock of a strong team. I think so much of League can be problem solved like a puzzle, like a group puzzle, like how these 5 could have played differently. I think today what you're seeing is like 5 people who are confident of their individual contribution and then can appreciate how Reaper is building up on that to build a strong team. So that's why you're getting a bit more trash talk than usual.
I love it, man. The LCS needs it. I really believe that. I know it's a game of skill and talent, but entertainment is still here. So I love what you guys are doing.
John, what are we gonna do to them?
We are going to absolutely destroy them.
Yeah.
There we go.
His name is John?
John, yeah.
No, you don't look like a John. You look like a Scott.
Nadeshot,
You got something to say?
I got some final words to say versus EG.
Oh, you got some final thoughts?
The last time I faced Jiizuke in a best of 5, he had to leave the region after. Because he just realized that the mid laners in that league are too good and like he has to go and move on. So I think after this season, he might consider going to the Italian league. That should be more comfortable for him then.
That near might be the most disrespectful thing I've ever heard.
We need to clip that one.
Said in the most
that's a clippable
respectful
one.
way
You have to tweet
possible.
that one, by the way.
I don't know if it's like the tone of your voice, but you sounded like you were being kind the whole way through, but you were just disrespecting this man to another degree.
I mean, when an old dog needs to be put out, you know, it's a thing, you know.
Oh my God. We need to take a break to say a big thank you to Grubhub. I'm going to give you guys a rundown here really quickly. Learn yourself something right now. Grubhub, the best delivery service you can find. You deserve an amazing deal, and Grubhub has you covered. With the Grubhub guarantee, you can get unbeatable prices with on-time delivery. And check this out. If your food arrives late, Grubhub will send you a perk for at least $5 off. You know who needs a discount? Cloud9 on perks. Oh, spicy. So listen, when you sign up for when you have Grubhub, downloading all these things, don't forget to use code GHFEEDS. So it's GH Feeds to score free delivery and a chance to win a Hex Tech chest. I don't know what that is, but it sounds fun. All right. Well, hey, listen, they've given me a couple minutes to just ask you guys whatever I'd like. I don't know if they're going to regret that after. They probably will. So we've talked about your guys' attitude going into this match. I absolutely love that. What would you guys say was the biggest challenge when you guys all, we finally got Abbedagge in from International, and he's settling in. We got a new coach. Were the first couple weeks awkward at all? Did it take you guys a while to warm up to each other? And when you guys finally became pretty good friends, was there a moment that really caused that, or was it just over time you guys got along better and better?
Even though we didn't like play for 2 years, we were like just like ready to like connect instantly, and we were like close friends.
I mean, I think for me, when I first met Abbedagge, I couldn't tell when he was joking and when he was not, because he always has his straight face and he's talking to me, and like in my brain I'm thinking he's making a joke, right? But like he sounds so serious, so I'm like ending it up. I don't want to be like disrespectful when I first met him, so I was like kind of believing him, but afterwards I figured out that he was joking, so kind of felt betrayed sometimes.
Have you guys ever had an argument, or at any point did you guys think to yourselves like, oh my God, I can't stand this dude? Because back in the day, I had teammates that I didn't like. We didn't get along. I guess I made an assumption. Do you guys get along well, or have you guys had fights, arguments? Did you guys get over those arguments, or are you guys all just great friends?
I think these kind of fights also, they create a more competitive environment or like a better relationship after, because if you have problems with each other but you're never gonna fight it out, then it's not gonna get better. And I think many of us had like more deep talks with each other, and like it helps throughout the season. I think at the start we weren't like too close with each other or honest, and then like as the season became longer, we started opening up more to each other, and we're feeling a lot closer now than at the beginning.
I know from my POV, like every team has a honeymoon phase, right? Where it's a new player comes in, new coach comes in, it's new, especially if the results are good to start. It's like natural that it's going to be 2 to 3 weeks of like, wow, like this never felt better. Speaking as a GM, you know, you're always like waiting for the next conflict. You're always anticipating the next need or change in the team. So I was like, all right, honeymoon phase looking much better than I expected. Team coming together, great. What's it going to look like on the other side? And I think we've had our stumbles now, and we've had the hard talks, and seeing them on the other side, we're now seeing 5 people who understand that everybody has their own quirks, everybody has their own preferences, and whether it's covering for weaknesses of your teammates or whether it's playing to your teammates' strengths, I feel like we have a much more dialed in sense of that. And honestly, it's only getting better in the last 10 days or so, where it's not, hey, I know this guy's different about this, but we got to win tomorrow. It's much more, we got 2 weeks to prepare. Yeah. Let's solve some of those issues as well.
Someday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to hear you say something. Do you have any old teammates or friends in Korea or family that watches your matches? Or how often are you speaking with friends and family in Korea? Do they know that the playoffs are happening? What is that communication like for you in your life?
Usually my friends only watching like big match, example like finals or like worlds, and my parents and my sister usually watching my even normal LCS match, and they're rooting for me and support a lot, so it's kind of help to me.
That's awesome. Okay, well, hopefully the friends will be watching this playoff match versus EG. I love what you said earlier, because I think it's absolutely true. People sometimes forget about Someday, but you're a monster in your own right, and I'm really excited to see you play in a best of 5. I've been looking forward to this day for quite some time now. What your guys' favorite moment from this season has been? It could be anything.
Yo, my favorite moment to split was walking into the compound and realizing that I'm playing for such a great orc. Thanks, Nate.
Oh, bro, my boy, I'm about to come in there and shower you with some bonuses, man. I'm about to just get this Cash App gun, just shoot dollar bills every different direction. So obviously you guys have played a ton of matches in the regular season, this split. So what better way to have Freeze and Papasmithy here with you to rank all of the teams remaining in playoffs in a tier list, where you think they'll end up, how's everything going to shake out leading up to the grand finals. So I'll let you guys take it away. I don't even need to say another word.
Yeah, so as you can see on the board here, we have it behind us. We have all the way from tier 1, I guess, down the bottom, and these logos here. Where are we going to start, boys? How are we going to start ranking these teams?
From the bottom.
We can pull 100 teams to the top real quick.
All right, sounds good.
Dude, this is dope. Yeah.
Nice. All right, so far so good.
I think we're done.
We are done.
Yeah, I think we're done.
Well, we had a bit of extra time here, so maybe we'll just, you know, we can just add some other ones, just, you know, for context.
My personal tier list is gonna be TL 2nd, TSM 3rd, EG 4th, C9 5th, and then I don't give a about all the other teams.
You are my spirit animal. Thank you,
We can just cut the
Abbedagge.
tape here. I think
Cut
we've got
it.
it all
Yeah,
done.
I think we're done with the tier list. Does everybody agree with that?
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
The video guy's shaking his head, yeah. You guys got C9 at 5th?
I mean, C9 is better than EG, no?
I think it's close, but I think they both didn't really have the best showings last weekend, but from the ceiling you could say C9 might be a bit better from knowing their players historically.
Any bot lane POV here? How are we feeling from the bot lane POV?
The bot lane. The TL or C9 on the 2nd. I think move TSM to 4th.
Just going into this matchup without any other context, it's very interesting to see how low you guys have EG in your minds.
I mean, I think EG is like definitely worse than C9 TL TSM.
The last time we played EG, we lost to them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, why'd we lose?
It
Explain
was
to me
draft
then.
diff.
What happened?
It's the freeze because we lost because of freeze.
What'd they do?
They always
that's
blame me.
because
They
of
always
freeze.
blame me.
Oh,
It's-
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's
never
as
the
big as
players'
me.
fault. Yeah, the coaches. So we don't think that's going to happen again.
No.
Turn up. All right. I feel really good about this pre-show. I had a great time. Papasmithy, I know you work on broadcast a lot, so I'm sorry if I talk too much. Do you guys have any closing statements as we say? Actually, you know what? I got some things to say, but I don't want the players here for it. So I'm going to say goodbye to you guys. Someday, closer, Abbedagge, FBI, Huhi, best of luck in your practice today. And I will be watching from the compound on Saturday. I will be here cheering my heart out. I might even get some body spray, get a little weird with it. Don't come back here, and if you do, shield your eyes after you guys win, because you're not going to like what you see. Best of luck. Listen, I really appreciate you guys sharing your thoughts in regards to EG and the matchup that you're going to have. I want you guys to know that you have the full support of 100 Thieves and this entire organization. You guys have no idea how many fans you have waiting all across the world for these results to watch you guys play. I just want to say thank you guys for being a part of this program, putting all the hard work that you guys have put in this year. And I know that I'm not very good at speeches because whenever I come in the room, I just want to have fun with you guys. But I truly cannot wait to watch you guys play. It's been a pleasure to watch you display all of your talents throughout this last split. I mean, top 2 finish, 1 best of 5. We go to Worlds. And at the end of these playoffs, we're going to have a great celebration. We're going to have a great time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's go, boys. Please leave now. I have things to say.
Thank
All right,
you.
guys. Good luck.
Thank you.
I can't tell if the LCS is going to hate me or love me after this interview. I'm really not sure.
Yes,
which
they are
one.
going to hate you and love you.
Probably, yeah. Okay, going into the remaining of this pre-show, I want to say this to the LCS community because we're probably going to keep all of this in here that we've said about EG. Win or lose, I'm not the players. I'm not the one talking, but I want you guys to know, win or lose, the mentality that the team has right now, I've never been more proud. And I'm a huge fan of the relentless confidence that they have, because this is the first time in 4 years in the LCS where I've seen a team talk and walk like this, and the sport needs it. LCS, I know that a lot of these guys are friends. I know that a lot of people that play this game are very respectful. At the end of the day, esports is entertainment, and when you have players that are talking like this, matches just become that much more fun to watch. So win or lose, I don't think you guys are going to lose. I'm just saying, I don't want nobody talking crazy amounts of shit, saying, oh, they did this and then they did that. This is exactly what the LCS needs. I love it. Players that care about the results.
I mean, even excluding just this content, you have the public banter between first team All Pro mid and second team All Pro mid, and both of them wanting to smash each other. Like, that just means when you're watching, even if you're not a 100 Thieves or EG fan, if you're a neutral, you just want to know who's going to be the one walking tall and who's going to be the one walking the walk of shame afterward. That's what competition is always about. You have your hardcore fans on both sides, and you have the people that just want to see who's still standing after it's all over. And I'm very confident it's going to be us on Saturday. So that's the thing to look forward to there.
I mean, the players, you've heard them, how confident they are. We had 2 weeks of practice. The practice was insanely good. Insanely good. They have the confidence to back it up from the practice. So I'm excited to see the game. I'm so stoked.
I love it, man. Well, listen, I know League of Legends has been your guys' world. I appreciate you letting me come in and host along with you for this pre-show. I'm really, really excited for this matchup. I don't think we can say it anymore without actually passing out from not taking a breath. And I'm just excited. I think the whole community is stoked about this matchup. I think the sentiment around 100 Thieves has been decaying over the last couple weeks. And with how you guys have talked about practice and how the team feels about this matchup going to EG, hopefully we're going to turn some heads and turn around this mentality, which is grossly, capping. That's all I'm trying to say. We're still nasty, okay? And apparently we're going to show it. So I'm excited for that. It's been really cool, though, to see teams turn around, and mid-season in the latter half, a lot of teams really showing that they can compete at the very top, because it's never fun if it's just a blowout. So made it more interesting.
And now, honestly, it's just on the players to back up the practice, back up the org, and get us to Worlds. I think the fans have been waiting for it since 2018, right? Over 100 Thieves, and this is the year to get back there.
I absolutely love it. Freeze, thanks for taking the time, man. Best of luck with practice today. Everybody, thank you guys so much for tuning in to the LCS pre-show. Big shout out to Grubhub once again for supporting all of our endeavors and all the things that we do here at 100 Thieves. We love working with you. You're a great partner. Guys, make sure to use code GHFEEDS to score free delivery and a chance to win some really cool prizes. LCS, 100 Thieves, EG, best of 5, winner take all, go to Worlds, and then we're coming for that LCS championship at the end of that grand final as well. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. We'll talk to you guys soon, and YouTube. We'll see you fudging later. Goodbye.